What if we tell you that those buildings hate each other? You don't believe it? Have a look again.
You are watching Stripping Architecture, and as always, we'll be discovering city architecture and urban forms with
sexy and weird sketches in a form of quiz.
Like for example, on the following short clip, we were trying to sketch some sort of a bridge houses architectural typology, most known as Lanquayo. So what do you think? Where you can find this type of architecture? A. China, B. Italy, or C. United States?
The name sounds like coming from far east, there, somewhere in China.
And that will be a correct answer. As a matter of fact, these kind of covered bridges or corridor bridges, you can find them all over the world, but the number of typologies seen and counted in China exceeds by far the number in the other countries.
Now, look at this sketch carefully and try to guess what we are trying to illustrate here. A. Flooded city in Philippines. B. Displacement of a village in Sweden. Or C. Demolishing of a historical town in Japan.
Well, to be honest, Japan there is a lot of demolishment processes. The wooden kind of structure looks like something in Philippines, and I would say Philippines. Flooded city in the Philippines.
No. Well, the right answer is B. A displacement of a village in Sweden. A village up north in Sweden called Kiruna has to be displaced because it's getting swollen by the mine around it.
I thought that Sweden was quite an ecological country.
Nope. But on the other hand, Sweden will introduce a new concept and terminology which calls migrating cities or villages.
Now I see, more work for IKEA. With the following sketch over here, we are trying to illustrate the process of urban development. What do you think? Which movie inspired us to sketch modern urban planning like this? A. Venom, B. Spider-Man, or 3. Inception?
I'm so bad with movies, but the only one I watched is Inception, and I will go with Inception.
Well, the most logical answer as an architect would be probably Inception, because it's the only movie that architects knows. No, it's actually Venom. Because many rich people are like the monster from Venom. They're constantly hungry, and due to tax evasion, they want to invest their capital into the real estate, and in that way they manipulate the urban environment.
Oh, stop. This sketch illustrates city branding in Belgium. Which one do you think? Is it Brussels, Antwerp, or Bruges?
I mean, to be honest, Brussels is actually the capital of Europe and the capital of Belgium, so I would say that most of the investments are concentrated in Brussels.
Well, that's not true, because Brussels is already branded enough as Antwerp. Well, actually, people in Antwerp think that they are the city and the rest of the country is parking. Well, this complex went even further. The city of Antwerp has hired an American star architect to kind of rebrand its city. By this sketch, this guy has just proposed a green skyscraper on top of a monumental and very nice Art Deco building.
And our reflection over here is actually irony of that, where we say, if you wanna fuck up the skyline, do it with full speed. And since we're talking about Brussels and Belgium, probably you're wondering why we have sketched the atomium like this. Why? Because simply its structure reminds us more to a molecule rather than to an atom. So we decided to call it moleculonium.
Thank you very much again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this little quiz and kind of refreshing some information. Stay tuned, share, click subscribe, and don't hesitate to contact us